Hello, everyone. This is QCC, Quarantine Chronicles and Creations. My name is Dr. Joy, and today I have a special guest, Miss Keels. I will allow you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Sherry Keels, currently the principal at Greensboro College, Middle College. Yay, go Pride. I've been the principal there now going on, this is my completing my sixth year as the middle college principal, but I've been in education for about 28 years. And 10 years as a teacher and the rest of that as like an administrator of some sort, whether AP or elementary principal, now high school principal.
Okay, and welcome again. So, what we're doing now is continuing on in our conversation on commitment and relationships. And since you will bring a different view of the COVID and how it's impacted the students, let's talk about a little bit about what has happened before we got the order. So, what was the school doing? What was the climate in the classroom and for the teachers?
So at Greensboro, the middle college, we are on a block schedule. So we were actually in our second semester of school. We basically completed the whole first semester, and students had received their first semester grades. So at this point, we're kind of like, okay, we're on the downslope. This is the second semester. It's March. We only have April and May because we get out of school a little bit earlier than the traditional schools. So we were getting excited. The students had already begun to get their acceptance letters from colleges, and our 11th grade students had completed the ACT. So they were like, okay, I'm getting my scores ready for next year. And we had already started talking about meeting with them about planning for graduation and college applications for next year. And we were moving along, pretty quickly, looking at it like we're on the downslope now.
Okay. And so when we got the orders, how did the climate change? How did the environment change? Did students address any concerns? And what did the teachers, how did they feel about transitioning everything to online?
So the funny thing was we were on spring break, and I was actually in Norfolk, Virginia, excuse me, at the MEAC basketball tournament when I got the call from the campus, the Greensboro College campus, which my high school, where we're on the campus of, saying that the campus was closed and the students were not going to finish out their college classes. So I'm thinking, like, oh my goodness, like, what does that mean for my high school students? So immediately I jumped on the phone and started to contact district leadership to say, hey, my college campus is closing. What does that mean for us? So we had to move very quickly in communicating with our students because they weren't in our presence. They were on spring break.
Right.
We had to move quickly to communicate that the students were not to come back to campus. And so those were some decisions that had to be made very fast, and we had to be very gentle in communicating that because we didn't want to create a panic
Right.
throughout the district because the regular schools had not gotten that order yet.
Okay. Okay. So as far as the professors and the teachers, was there how did that work as far as transitioning to everything to go online?
So, luckily, at my school, it's a little different from the rest of the school district because I only had two grade levels. And so, the college had already prepared, they were preparing their professors to work online, and our students were accustomed to already doing some work online through Canvas.
Okay.
A lot of our teachers were prepared because we did lots of training for the flipped model and blended classroom
Okay.
models for a couple of years for our professional development. So we were sort of above ahead of the curve
Okay.
in preparing for that. Our concern was getting devices to students that did not have computers. Um, so we had to, like really, and I have to commend Dr. Contreras and the school district on moving quickly and helping us to find out what students did not have devices and how to quickly get those computers and laptops and iPads and things out to
Okay.
students as
Okay.
fast as we could.
Okay. So on an average, how many you think, maybe a couple hundred, or how many did you think your school, the devices that you had to get to the students?
We had basically moved to one in our classrooms. Like most of our classrooms had mobile, computer carts. So probably out of 140 of my students, we only had maybe about 30 students that needed devices.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. And did also, um, I've talked to another teacher. They had about maybe 30 or 60 days that Spectrum allowed for to get the internet access. Was that also true for your students?
A lot of them already had access,
Okay,
but we're talking about teenagers.
right.
So every teenager in our school most likely had a cell phone, which had internet access, so they could also access their work through their cell phones, and
Okay,
that
so
was very.
now that we're near the end of the school and there isn't a traditional graduation, is there anything specific that you're doing? And then, I mean, how are you helping with the process with the graduation piece of it?
Right now, there's a committee with the district that's trying to decide on how to do a graduation ceremony within the confounds of what the governor has listed as appropriate gathering situations. And I think there was like four suggestions as to how to celebrate students:
Okay.
drive through, drive in, virtual, things like that. And I think the district had a press release the other day that they're going to do drive-throughs.
Okay.
So the students will be able to get in their cars and decorate their cars and have pom poms, and we'll be out there, of course, socially distancing ourselves and with signs and things to celebrate. Our PTA has been great.
Okay.
They've ordered yard signs for every student to put in their yards, and we're planning to give them um, little personal graduation cakes for them to take home. So we know that this is a very tough time for them, and we just want to do everything we possibly can within our boundaries to celebrate these students for their hard work. I mean, 12 years, some 13 with pre-K. They've worked a
Right.
long time for this.
Right. So, having the middle college, I know that you stated before that some of the instructors are actually the instructors that are that are at the college, Greensboro College. But for the are there any instructors there at the middle college? There are. I think I remember at least like advisors and everything. So have you
Uh-huh.
had any conversation with any of them? Have they been impacted? How has this mentally impacted them?
It's been hard for the teachers because at Greensboro College, the middle college, the whole basis of our program is about building relationships, having a small program so you can have more one-on-one time with students to work with them individually. So the teachers are really having like relationship withdrawals. They want to see the kids. Um, and transitioning to just seeing them in video Zoom chats or
Right.
Canvas chats has been really hard for the teachers. But they're doing a great job. I mean, I touch bases with them every week.
Okay.
I even jump into some of the classrooms to see what's going on, to do like a regular walkthrough.
Okay.
Um, and I send out emails to the students, and the teachers are always sending out emails. We've done handwritten cards to the students, and just trying to make sure that they know that we're still there for them.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so is there anything, well, what, you know what, how are you doing? How are you specifically doing with everything that's going on? How are you?
I'm doing okay. I have a 19-year-old who I'm trying to make sure he finishes his semester at North Carolina Central. He did, and he finished very strong with straight A's. So that was tough,
Okay.
because I forgot how teenagers can be. Um, and I get up in the mornings and I do an exercise routine, and I try to walk and get out and just keep my mental strength up so I can be there for the students and the teachers.
That's wonderful. I love it. So when all of this is over, what will be the first thing that you do?
Hug people.
That's great.
Hug people. I miss hugging my kids. I mean, I told one of my church members the other day, I'm not really a big hugger, but I didn't know that I was until I couldn't be anymore. So I do miss that personal contact with people.
That's great. That's great. Is there anything that you want to share in this video to maybe your students or to your faculty or just to the public in general?
I think that I just want to thank all of the educators and the people that have had to just transition education to a new realm that we've never encountered before. In over hundreds and hundreds of years, education took a turn within weeks. And for educators to do that just shows how strong and how resilient and how educators can persevere through any situation and still prevail. So I want to thank all the educators, of course, of the people on the front lines, um, people that are taking care of people. That's very important. Uh, those jobs like that, you just have to have an endless love for human beings. So thank you to the frontline people, and thank you to you for doing this. I miss you so much at Greensboro College. We really miss your presence a whole lot.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, I want to thank you again for taking time out and be a part of my venture and my vision, what I'm trying to do to kind of keep people in the mix of everything and educated about what's going on in the community and everything. So thank you for helping me with this. I if I can be of any assistance, if I can do anything, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do what I can.
Thank you. I will do that. And go class of 2020. We love you.
Okay, so thank you again. And this is QCC Quarantine Chronicles and Creations. My name is Dr. Joy. It's a great day to have a great day. Take care.
Thank you.
This has been QCC Quarantine Chronicles and Creations. My name is Dr. Joy.